All right, Friday night, around 12 at night. So if you're new to this is the journey of 0 to 1 billion. I document myself every day building my business, and the business model is LBOs, buying businesses, QLA. And yeah, let's get straight to it. I talk about what I do every day. Another day of the grind. The grind is not pretty, it's not sweet, it's redundant, it's hard, it's consistent. It is what it is. That's the game, right? So I have good news from today, and I also have a lot of observations that hopefully I hit all of them. But I'll talk about where I am right now as well, what the hell I'm doing right now. So I'll get into that too. So I had work, and then I did offense. I worked out today, blah, 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 right? Today is the first day I finally got a booked appointment with the seller for Tuesday. I'm not gonna say all the specifics, man. Just know I got an appointment. And this company makes about 1.4 million in revenue. Man, I probably shouldn't share details, right? There's no NDA signed. I haven't seen any numbers. This is all preliminary, like just off of like the ads that I have. So it's Friday, most of the week is gone. And here's my results, right? I'm not really sure if I got this meeting from the cold emails I sent or from the ads, but I know I have one. It's on my calendar. So I'm excited about that, man. It's been in business for a long time. We're gonna have a conversation, but if you wanna do a deal bad enough, you'll do a bad deal. So I still need to stay on my toes. You never know, it might not be it, right? But man, I tell you, I am so excited to just change my life. Like, I'm so tired of the same thing every single day. Like, dude, like I'm so tired of it. So tired of it. And this is me being ungrateful, man. But it's just part of like the way I'm wired. It really is, for a lot of reasons. I'm not gonna go too in depth on that point, but I'll go back to the stats real quick. This week, I sent about 540 emails. I had a 34% open rate. This is so far from, I believe, Monday. 34% open rate, and I had 6 people reply. So today, again, 2 people reply. It's so funny. It's like a formula. It's like every time you send this amount, this many people respond. It's pretty insane. It's very consistent so far. But the people that have responded to me just say, we're not interested. So it's not the best, but it's something, right? You put some energy in the world, something's coming back. And it's kind of crazy to me how the ads work, man. They're so targeted. Like, they know the people that's on their platform. They know everything about you. They know I'm talking to this camera right now, and they know exactly where I am, and they know everything. It's so insane, right? Like, I've been on Facebook a lot more lately. I don't use Facebook, right? But because of what I have going on, today I was on it, and boom, I saw a Tai Lopez ad. And usually like his ads on Instagram, they'll have like 2 million likes. So they always have a shit ton of likes. But this ad that I saw had like 6 likes. And it looked pretty new. And Tai Lopez was talking about, I'll show you how to buy a business. Literally exactly what I'm doing. I haven't seen any other like YouTubers, especially like young people like my age, pursue this. Like, it doesn't really exist. It's like buying businesses is a very intimidating idea for a lot of entrepreneurs, because they think, man, I don't want to get too much in depth on my thoughts until I succeed, but it's a lot of limiting beliefs. That's the way I think of it. It's actually easier to buy businesses than to create it from scratch, believe it or not. I really believe that. And it's hard to do anything successfully anyways. So if everything's hard and everything actually, like if everything that will succeed actually takes the same amount of effort. It's not like you have all of a sudden 72 hours in a day to accomplish something big. You still have the same 24 hours. You still have to put this much work in this direction. But one path leads to big success. One path leads to success that's small. The only difference is the way you thought about it and the path you chose because of the way you thought. But I'm seeing his course, right? It's about like $9.97. Just like every other course, man. And I'm not trying to pay that, right? So I know how to get courses for free off the internet. Any course you could think of. I know how to find it for free. It's out there somewhere. But this course in particular is like brand new. Like he just like came up with it or something. So I couldn't find it, but a lot of interesting things came from me like paying attention to it. Like one, the way he does deal flow. Two, everything I say he literally agrees with in terms of buying businesses. And three, there's an upsell to it. Like every course, like you enter, you pay $1,000 thinking like that's the whole thing, but then there's an upsell at the end of it and then you pay more and then there's another upsell, which is true. That's exactly how he set it up. Now, the only thing I want to know from it is how he does his deal flow. And what he says, I'm about to sneeze. Excuse me. All he does is he uses his social media to get deal flow. He talks about how he bought a nightclub using 100% seller finance. And he talked about like 3 different types of businesses. There's the one that's like going under, like they're losing money. There's one that's breaking even, and there's one that's making profit. And he's like, you want to like go down the line. Like he gave an example. Like Warren Buffett, he started off buying distressed businesses that were actually losing money, and he turned them around. I'm not trying to do a turnaround game. There's a lot of different like ideas to finance, man. Finance is a big world. But what I'm trying to do is something very specific. I just I can't wait, man. I can't wait. So another thing, man, I had this argument with someone I know. Perception is reality. I'm dressed up right now. I went to the bail bonds because of everything I have going on. And I saw a lady there. She was like, oh, where are you going dressed up all fancy like that? I told her, I'm just going to the Reunion Tower, blah, blah, blah. She was like, oh, it must be nice to have money. I was like, huh. I told her, I literally said, I was like, no, it's just, when you put a suit on, everyone thinks you have money. She's like, no, I used to work for an attorney. I know what it costs to park over here and there, let alone just go there just to hang out. She was like, yeah, try that with someone else. At that point, I just kind of like didn't care. Like, all right, I'll give it to her. And at some points, guys, the truth is, in certain arguments, depending on who you're talking with, you gotta pick your battles. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, if you prove yourself to them, like, I don't care. I really don't. Like, fuck, like, man, I get doubted so much, man. I get doubted so much. I deal with so much BS. Especially like right now, like my personal life. And that's part of the reason why I'm here at this hotel. Like, I just need to get the fuck out of my room, man. Get the fuck out of that cycle. Like, oh my God, like, I'm not complaining in the sense of working, but it's like, I just need to like switch it up. Like, I need to like feel a different vibe sometimes. Like, when you're so like consistently doing the same thing every single day for so long, it's like, it just like fries you. Like, you need to change. I need to like feel different. Like, I don't want to be in my fucking room right now. Like, I just need to get the fuck out of my house. I had to go to the bail bonds. This place was close anyways, so that's why I'm here. And I wanted to kind of reflect, make this video, and it's late. I know it's late, but dude, I just need to get the fuck out of my room, man. I have this like itch. And there's more to it, if I'm being honest. I don't want to explain everything, but this makes sense to me as well. Like, the QLA guy that I spoke with told me, like, man, just drop your family, just move to a different city, like, fuck everything, man. This is build your personal foundation, save up some money, just get the fuck out, man. And then you start your journey. That's the best way to do it. And it's like when you don't do that, you face exactly what the fuck I'm dealing with, right? You have to deal with the bullshit and the doubts, and it really weighs on you. It's a lot easier, like as an example, if you have an apple, if you have a bunch of apples on like a plate, right? It's nice and dandy, you take an apple, you eat it, it tastes good, it's perfect apple, it tastes perfect, man. You love it. You go back, after a while you see one apple, it goes rotten, just one, like a little bit rotten, right? And you're like, oh, you kind of just forget about it. Like, you take the apple, next apple, you just eat, you just leave the one that went bad, you just kind of forget about it. Next thing you know, man, just like that, it happens so fast. Next thing you know, all the apples get rotten. All of them. It's like the negativity is just way more powerful than the positivity. And as a result, you gotta really like hone it in and protect it. And that's literally why you'll never ever see, more than likely, man, you'll never run into another channel like this where someone is doing exactly what I'm doing and documents it every single day. You will never find that. There's reasons behind that. And I'm literally facing that head on right now. But yeah, so the interesting thing with my ads, I only spent like, I think it was like $20 or $40, and I got a booked appointment. I had about 8 people click on my link to book an appointment, but they didn't. I only got one of them. I'm assuming it's from the ad. You gotta make UTM parameters on the links and shit. I don't have money for all the softwares, man, so I don't give a fuck. I just have to deal with it. And yeah, that's interesting, man, because in hindsight, $20 to $40 for a lead is really cheap. I think it's cheap. My CPM, not my CPM, my CPC, like cost per click, like the amount of money I spend to get someone to click is, in general, it always depends on what you're selling, man. But mine was like ranging between $2 to $3 to $4 because I had 5 ads, and it only really spent on like 2 of them. So I need to test out the other 3, which I'm just kind of leaving it the way it is. But yeah, back to the point of like arguing with people, man. Like, you really got to notice that. Like, sometimes it's just not worth proving yourself and arguing back. It's just not worth it. Sometimes you save your time when you just passively agree. Like, it depends who you're talking to, man. It really does. And I'm just, yeah, man. Yeah, like, it really does depend who you talk to. It's kind of hard for me to relate, which is really part of what I'm doing. It is what it is. I'm okay with that. I've always been like that. Yeah, I'm gonna fucking succeed, man. I don't give a shit. I saw someone's comment, it was like, it was something about, man, if you do what you're doing, it's not gonna work. You gotta do like this and that. Interesting thing is Tai Lopez uses his audience to find deals. And he says like his deal flow gets pretty full very fast. And I've heard that from a lot of people that don't have followings. So imagine if you did have a following. I could see why it becomes like that. So maybe like creating a channel, everything is very useful. And maybe joining like a community like Tai Lopez, like he says, like he'll partner with you on deals or he'll share his deal flow with you, I think is complete BS. But maybe it's worth being curious enough to try it. I'd rather save my money though, if I'm being honest. Yeah, man. Tonight's just a night. It's one of them. And here's the thing, I don't drink and I don't smoke. never drank, never smoked. It's not who I am. Like, I could see like someone in my position right now, they're dealing with some of the things I'm dealing with, and generally I don't share everything 100% about my personal life. I talk specifically mostly about the business, right? But yeah, like they'll go out and drink at times like this. But then you fuck up tomorrow, not just tonight. Now, I'm kind of doing that by staying up anyways, if you think about it. I stay up all the time anyways, so. I had so many things on my notes that I want to talk about, but I just have my phone today. I don't have my extra phone to record. And yeah.